What's killing your success is the fact that you have no originality. You have zero originality, actually. Because what you fail to realize is that from the day you were born, you were given standards and practices that you have continued to do over and over and over and over and over again up until adulthood, that it's been cemented into who you are, so that now you walk around in this life following rules and regulations that you don't even truly grasp as your own, but because they've been embedded in your subconscious and in your conscious brain, you feel that they are law. And since that's the case, anytime someone gives you something that can easily be put in like a puzzle piece into the confines of your brain already, that's already been put together to take orders, you take it as more law and more things that you need to do. And that's why when we talk about the clone mindset or the Jimmy mindset, that is what that is. You're taking conformity willingly, almost. Like you're conforming to other people's values and rules and regulations on life and practices on life without even assessing and understanding if they match up to what you want out of life. I want you to continue to understand that you have one life, bro. Mortality awaits us all. We are all going to die. We are all going to be on a bed alone. There's going to be a time and a day where we take our last breath. And what you don't want is on that last second of that you then realize, fuck, I did not live a life worth living. I did not live the life I wanted to live. I did not go about life in a free manner of living the way that I know is true to me, right? And you will not even understand what I'm saying if you can't even see how you've already taken conformity to the world in this average ass society we in. Mediocrity is something that everyone almost has, like, you get elevator, put like, what they call that? That Escalade, where you just go straight into it. If you don't jump the fuck off of that and just look and watch for 2 seconds and keep a clear level mind, you will continue to realize that or feel like your life is just a continuation of fuckery that you are not subscribing to intentionally. But because your subconscious is so wired to it, you feel like it's needed or you have to, or it's taboo to step out of that. And this is what the clone mindset is. Clones find it very, 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 very fucking difficult to find their own originality, to find their own nerve, their own strength, right? Their own voice. To really rely on yourself to say, yes, I want this, or no, I don't want this. You shouldn't worry about other people's emotions as you go about finding your own voice or getting away from this clone mindset, this Jimmy mindset. You got to worry about yourself for 2 seconds. Every single day, you sitting here worried about how other people perceive you, how other people feel about you, how other people view you in their own eyes. Bro, fuck them. At the end of the day, you can't do shit without yourself. The fuck? And then what a lot of y'all try to do is lean on to these other confines or these bigger constructs that keep you in a cycle like religion that will continue to put you in a cycle of feeling that if you disobey a certain construct, you are in an evil or you're doing negative. And so it keeps you in this trap almost, right? And it's a ritual. To me, it seems like a fucking ritual. And you got to get over that idea. There is a time and a place where religion will help you. And then you need to use it as a stepping stone to continue to enlighten yourself and find God within inside of you. But that's another fucking topic. Today we're talking about this confined, this box that everybody got you in, right? This lack of originality. Originality comes from being you. Being you. And you want to kickstart being you, you want to find yourself quickly, you need to get rid of your distractions. So go in that bio or that description below, hit the fucking subscribe button because you're already there, and then hit and get your free distractions ebook. It'll help you tremendously in finding who you are and how to continue to sustain that mindset so that you can find originality. You don't want to be a clone in this world. Clones do not win. Jimmies do not win. Oh my God, I gotta follow a script. I went to a course. I did this, I did that. No, fuck that mindset. Break out of that box. You need to. Everything in the description will help you. The free ebook, the fucking Telegram, where I will drop truths all day long. You can find your way in and out of that goddamn box if you want to. It's in the description below. Done talking about that. Let's dive into the clone mindset a little bit more. Think about this. And I think I'm gonna put up a poll. I'm gonna put up a poll tonight or tomorrow about if y'all want the whiteboard, because I know it's hard to visualize sometimes with just words. So I think we might just get into the office and do a whiteboard as we do these videos. But a poll will go out tonight about that, or tomorrow. But the clone mindset is literally and I'll break it down for you. You were born in the world. You have innocence, right? So your canvas is blank. You have no understanding of how to operate, how to move, what to do, where to go, who to listen to, what things are right from wrong, X, Y, Z. You have no clue. You're a child. Therefore, your parents will just give you what they've learned and what they understand and their conscious level capacity, which is okay and fine because it gives you a foundation, because otherwise you wouldn't know anything, right? You would probably unalive yourself. Otherwise, you have no understanding of what to do and how to operate. So your parents brought you into this world, so it's their duty to give you a foundation to step forward on and continue to grow on, right? And they may do that for years on years on years until you hit a point where it's like, okay, I start to understand this world just a bit because I've been here for maybe 15 years. Around 15, you start to get that little rebel in you, right? The teenager get that rebel simply because they're starting to understand the life. We all went through that. I remember them rebel stages, just as you probably remember the time you started to rebel against your parent, right? There's a time where you start to say, fuck, I don't agree with what my parent just said. Fuck, I don't agree with that. Fuck, I don't agree with the teacher. Fuck, I don't agree with those kids over there. Fuck, I don't agree with this idea. That is you starting to formulate and understand a consciousness of the world that you're in. And that doesn't mean that you surpassed your parents, but it means that you're starting to create your own understanding of the world, and you're starting to form your own ideas. And while they're still a little bit immature, there's a seedling there, right? There's a purpose for that. We continue. 15, we go to 18, right? And then it's time to go to college or not, right? And that 3 years, I think, is that pivotal move, because as you turn into that teenager and that young adult, you start to see the world as it is. You get like clear vision for a second. For a couple of years, because now you're a young adult, right? You're not fully an adult. You're not really out of your teenage years yet, but you're 18. It's time. It's almost that time to jump into adulthood, right? And you can see it coming on the horizon. And so you really start to analyze what you want to do and what's next, because, hey, this is the time where you have to make a big decision. This is the time where you have to decide if you're going to college or not. And that right there alone will trigger something in your brain. I don't know if it did for you, but it did for me. It triggers something in your brain like, oh, fuck, do I really want to jump into college? Is that what I really want? Or is that the confines of the construct that I'm being pushed into because my parents knew no better? Think about that for 2 seconds, right? So more than likely, Jesus Christ, anyways, so jeez, yo, damn. So you go into college, right? You go into college not knowing what it's going to do, not knowing how you're going to bloom or evolve within college or not, right? And so you start to do this right here. And when you're at that crossroad, every crossroad comes with a thought pattern that you have to figure out. And if you're at any point confused or I don't feel that, or even your gut says no, the answer is no. Right? But anyways, we go through life, we start to evolve. We go to college or we don't go to college. And then we start to learn our own experiences as adults. Right? And this is why we talk about the umbilical cord. At that time, you want to sever the umbilical cord simply because not only are you going to stay in that box that the parents gave you, you will also follow the rules of what they told you when you're not around them, which then forces you to adopt an ideology that's not yours as a young adult. And so now you're in your young adulthood with a clone mindset, right? I believe, and what I'll teach my children is, hey, try everything at least once as long as it's not detrimental to your brain, right? As long as it doesn't turn off your brain, like don't play Russian roulette if you know that there's how many bullets in there just because you want to get some thrill. No, you're going to unalive yourself. But if it comes to going out to parties, going to talk to women, going to talk to guys as a girl, going to do XYZ, you need to figure out your own bearings in life and how the waves work. Because if you don't figure out how to fucking operate in the big ass vast ocean of the world, you're going to be tethered to your parents and doing and end up just like them in a Jimmy fucking mindset. Right? And then when it's time to get a job, when you graduate from college now, 22, 23, you get a corporate job and your boss says, yo, do this. This is not acceptable at this organization. And then that's another fucking puzzle piece in your box, right? Of concepts that you continue to follow because you're a clone. And then you probably go out into the world if you have that job long enough to feel like, oh shit, whatever that job told me is correct. Because the mindset I had adopted those things as okay because the confines in which it was dropped into deemed it as okay. Entrepreneurship is too hard for me. I don't want to do it because it's too hard. Ooh. Right? And then now, mind you, you also have to think about how we're all living and growing up in different generations. Baby boomers lived a different life than millennials. Millennials are living a different life than Gen Zers. Gen Zers are living a different life than Gen Alpha, right? It's all different. And so as we continue to grow and go into different lanes in life, if you continue to keep that and accept that, those confines that were put onto you as a kid, you will accept the practices of whatever generation you're in as law and not know how to get out of them and find what you really want. And if you can't find what you really want, you're fucked. At the end of the day, you're just going to be fucked. There's nothing you can really do. And then at 40, 50, you might have a little inclination of, oh shit, my life is ending. I need to figure my life out. But then it gets just increasingly harder because the responsibility that you put on your life, whether it be kids, because now your kids are going to college, right? Doing the same shit that you taught them, that your parents taught you, that their parents taught them. Right? Generational curses are now in full effect because another generation has passed and lived the majority of their life. You, at 50-something, 60-something, have lived now, and now you're passing on the exact same bullshit to your children. And so the clone mindset is a dangerous thing because you will not find yourself. You will lose yourself. You won't know what to do. You won't know how to overcome the challenges and obstacles that come over you. You will never know how to put your own flair on things. And this is why we talk about when we talk about the Jimmies.
I went to a course and I have my own script and I have to follow the rules that my boss gave me.
That's a thing. Because now, not only are you, and this is why it's a clone, not only are you lack originality, but now you literally are just a copy and repeat of whatever that sales script is or whatever that boss told you are. And that comes from a mindset of whatever he thought should be passed on to you. And so what I'm trying to get you to do is understand that while having some sort of boundaries and understanding of foundation of what you should do and what is deemed okay in your life, you should have some understanding of what that is. I'm telling you, you need to break down everything and everyone that comes within your path that tries to put you into a cookie cutter framework and disregard it. You have something within you that only you can provide to the world. We are all not the same, no matter where we come from. We come from the same country. I bet you we didn't live the same life. I bet you the experience of life were very different for all of us. I bet you we've all gone through hardship in a very different way. We've all conquered and been successful in very different ways. We've all done several different things in our lifetime in very different ways that mold us into what we are. But the confines in which we operate should not be based on a bracket cookie cutter thing saying you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, you need to do that. Break out of that. Find your voice. Find what you're good at. Find what you enjoy. Find your passion. Find how to make money. Right? You don't need to sit here and just be a cuck and a fucking Jimmy over the things that the world tells you should be. You need to be what you are. And the only way to figure that out is by doing things outside of the confines of which people are trying to keep you in because their own limiting beliefs. A lot of us have gone through this thing where it's like, I'm trying to be original. I'm trying to show off my own artistry in whatever way that it comes to me. But my parents tell me no. Or my friends say, oh, I don't think that's going to work. Or, oh, I try to start a business, but I don't think it's going to work because my friends don't believe in me. People aren't supporting me. Oh, I'm not finding supporting facts online that say yes to my theory or to what I want. You have to say fuck that to the world. At some point, you have to say fuck the world and say, yes, I'm going to sit here and figure out exactly what the fuck I want to do with life. Because that's where your originality comes from. That's where your voice comes from. That's where all of the strength and the potential that is locked within you comes from. Not this idea of, oh, I need to follow him because he says right. Do not follow me. Do not follow me. My lifestyle is very different from your lifestyle. What you want, what you have to follow is the ideology of not having a perfect ideology. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. No fucking ideology that anyone gives you is perfect to your situation. None. You have to understand that. There is no other way around living this life fully without breaking out of the confines that people try to drop you into. And if you don't believe me, maybe you should click the fuck off the video and go be a goddamn cuck-ass clone Jimmy. Because how fucking well has that been working for you? I didn't fucking think so. Because if you reach this far in the video, you damn know well something's wrong, something's not clicking, you're missing something in your life, and that is because you haven't found the fucking originality that comes with finding yourself and finding that love for yourself and your style of life. We all have different styles of life, right? And some may be more similar than others, but we're all unique. And that unique voice says something and provides something to the world that can help the world, even if it's not on this big, huge scale that you see some voices forecasting to people. Sometimes it literally is just that originality that you have within your neighborhood that helps the neighborhood breathe life. If you were to disappear tomorrow, somebody would be affected. Not just because, oh, we liked him, but because he brought a flair to the world that was needed within my life to keep me going. Think about that. Your absence would cause a big ass dent in people's lives, not because of emotional love and attachment, but because of the flair and the energy that you brought to their lives. Do not take that for fucking advantage. For granted. At any time where you feel like, oh shit, you know, it'd be better if I just packed my shit up and left tomorrow and just figured out how to get out of here. Right? Or if you're ever at a place where you want to unalive yourself, always remember, you bring such a fucking unique flair and energy to this world that if you were to disappear tomorrow, somebody would fucking they wouldn't even recognize themselves when they look in the mirror. Understand that. So do not take what you got inside of you for granted. Do not fucking submit to the bullshit that the society tells you need to and just become another fucking clone like everybody else. Remember Star Wars? You know Star Wars, right? How they got the clones? That's what you're going to become. That's all you are. A fucking number if you just want to be like everybody else. There is no need to be like everybody else. You just need to be you. And the only way you can be you is if you take the time to figure out yourself. And that's why there are people like me to put out videos. There are people like... There are people on the fucking internet making videos like this simply because we understand what the benefits are of finding yourself and finding your original voice. And yes, sure. Does it take time? Sure. Are you going to have to go over hurdles? Sure. Are you going to have to do things that you otherwise didn't want to? Sure. Are you going to be uncomfortable? Sure. Are you going to have to maybe lose friends, lose family, and start anew? Sure. Are you going to have to level up your frequency through a lot of reading and a lot of self-work and a lot of meditation, a lot of silence? Sure. But is all of it worth it? Yes. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to die just a number on a fucking clone suit that is your body. Because on record, by the way, you are just a fucking number, right? If you die tomorrow, I promise you, 6 months later, so the world is going to continue to go round and round. More clones will be fucking produced. More children will go through the school system. More people will not jump into entrepreneurship to find themselves. What? It will just continue, bro. So why not jump out of it and be real with yourself, become unruly, and break through all the fucking barriers that people are trying to drop on you? Simple. Simple. It's hard, but it's simple. And if you're really looking to jump into entrepreneurship, buddy, I want you to know, entrepreneurship isn't just about making money and being this cool person who can flare up ideas and breathe life into them. Fuck no. Entrepreneurship at its base level is self-development at its core. Self-development. Everything you have to do revolves around that original voice that lies within you. That's what entrepreneurships are. That's what entrepreneurship is. And that's what entrepreneurs are. We are the voice that comes out and refuses to be boxed in. Take note of that, bro. Put that in your fucking affirmation shit. Do whatever you got to do to break out of this mold of the clone mindset. The clone mindset is going to destroy you, bro. And you will never find success if you don't get out of that clone mindset. That's it. Real simple. No ha-ha, no rah-rah today, bro. Just get the fuck to work to understanding that you need to do what the fuck you need to do for you. Not for anybody else, for you. Holla.
Boy, Mr. Brown.